Welcome to Say Yes to Weights, brought to you by the St. Joseph County Commission on Aging in Three Rivers, Michigan. I'm the instructor today, Cathy with a C, A. Taylor. We are doing weights, 2 different sets if you need them. If you don't have any weights and you want to use something else that you have at the house, you've probably heard me say this before, I discourage people from using cans or bottles full of stuff, things of that sort. We don't want to hurt your fingers. We don't want to hurt your wrist. So possibly a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll cut in half. That is about the size that you might want, and you don't squeeze them, okay? When we use our weights, we do not squeeze the weights. So have something that you don't want to squeeze, okay? Let's see, what else do we need to know? You have to follow the instructions. So, since you are on the other side of this screen, I need to have you promise that you got everything under control. You need to have all of your trip hazards out of the way. Are we in compliance with that? Check and see. Okay. You want to have some water in case you get thirsty. You want to have something for your lips in case they get dry because you're breathing so much in and out. If you need some air circulation, have a fan. If you need a little space heater, have that. The floor today in the basement is 63 degrees. Yesterday it dropped down to 62. But we'll make do. Hey, it's sunshiny out, you know? Wow, that is so cool. Okay, let's see, is there anything else? Oh, yes. Besides the fact that you have to listen to instructions, you need to sit on the edge of your seat when you're on your chair. Only for the class, remember? Because of all that stuff that's in the tush that needs to have movement. When you're sitting on the edge, it kind of stifles that, but it does allow that hip joint to move, okay? So sit on the edge of your seat. Your abdominals are off of your clothing, always. Oh, I see a few smiles. You don't even have to be in front of me. I know that you're smiling. You want to keep your head above your heart, unless I tell you different. You have to have a smile on. Anything else? Oh, yes. When I tell you to tighten up a muscle group, tighten up the muscle group, not the fingers, okay? Alrighty, let's get warmed up. Let me do something over here and I'll be back. Didn't take any thinking. Okay, let's start out in the seated position. I'll check my tablet first. We have folks that are with us that are ready to go. I love your enthusiasm. Okay, let's turn our heads side to side, stopping in the center. Check your abdomen. Let's hold the head to one side. Please breathe. Okay, back to center and the other side. And back to center. Let's drop the ears to the shoulders, stopping in the center. We're going to hold it to one side. Ooh. Get a nice stretch going. Make sure you're breathing. And then up and the other side. Ooh. Remember, we're not being really aggressive with this. We just want to feel a good stretch right there. Okay, bring it back up. Ooh. Okay, let's bring the shoulders back and roll the shoulders. Now, you know, I really wish that everyone had a full-length mirror in front of them so that they could see what they were doing. Isolate it in the shoulders. And then reverse. And with this, you don't want to be really aggressive because you don't want to hurt your neck or your trapezius muscles. They go up behind your head. Ooh. And rest. They're the ones that go right here. You gotta love them. They help hold your head up. Alrighty. Let's bring the shoulders back and forward. So my tablet only allows me to see so many people on at one time. So if there are more than 2 of you, hello and welcome to the class. I do see a lot of little bubbles pop on and off at the top, and that generally indicates that people are checking in and then they check out. Some people stay, some people check in and check out. Okay, rest. All right, elbows locked in, feet in front of knees. Let's tap the toes and external rotation. Remember, lock your elbows in. You should feel this go all the way up the upper arm. Definitely from the elbow up to the shoulder. And it's like right in here. And then stop. Bring the feet back a little bit and out to the side a little bit and tap the heels. You go into lateral. I need to hear you breathe. Thank you. And rest. Okay, let's hold the hands and arms out in front of us, elbows locked in. We're going to turn the palms left and right. Let's scrunch the toes and release while we're doing this. Check in the toe joints. And stop. Now up and down. Okay, let's stop doing that. Knees and ankles together. We're going to go out to the side. Side step. We're going to piano with the fingers. Remember, we're isolating this in the fingers right now, so that's why I had you lock your elbows in. Good job. And then stop. Separate. Step touch. Touch the tips of the fingers to the thumbs. I'd like to have you tighten up your abdominals. And then stop. Breathe. Okay, let's touch the thumb to the base of the fingers. send them out and bring them in. And stop. Let's do a foot slide. Fist, thumb in and thumb out. Oh, here's a thought. I don't know if anybody stays up late enough on Sunday night to watch Modern Marvels on the History Channel. And stop, please. Let's do a modified jack. But last Sunday, they went to a cheese making factory, and the guy just loves cheese. Oh my goodness, he was putting fresh mozzarella in his mouth and just making this, I love this food, expression. By the time the show was over, I was so full, and I wasn't even eating the stuff. And if you don't like dairy, you probably had gas too. It's like, psh, wow. I mean, he would just, Anyway. Oh, I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't think I've ever watched someone enjoy food that much. I think this coming Sunday they're going to go to an ice cream making factory. Oh my word. Okay, let's see. Thumb circles. Just a little diversion, And reverse. In case you didn't know, they have the Foods That Made America on the History Channel on Sunday at 9. Okay, let's stop. And I think we're good to go. Got to do the standing up right now, though, to check our joints. So you look like an upside down Y. So the last few weeks they were discussing the pizza industry and how that came about. So you're doing a toe tap and a swing. And then they went to the hamburger joints and the chocolate factories. Move away from your chair and hamstring curl. Oh yeah, check those joints out. Yeah. I thought it was interesting how Reese came up with Reese's, and then Reese and Hershey got together and made Reese's. And march. And then this past week when they were talking about processed cheese in America, how that the Pabst industry, the beer industry, had a relationship with Kraft, the cheese making company. Okay, let's make a change. Heel dig. Almost did it the wrong way. So Pabst, during Prohibition, made a processed cheese called Pabst-Et, yes. Well, Kraft took them to court because they had the patent, and march. So then they agreed that Pabst could make their cheese, Kraft was going to make theirs, and then at the end of Prohibition, separate, step touch, travel. Kraft bought out Pabst, their processed cheese mix recipe, and Pabst went back to making beer. Okay, now make a change, legs together, and side step. I grew up in Chicago and I never knew the history. I mean, I always knew that Pabst beer was there. Oh no, sounds like the hot water heater wants to come on. Anyway, I knew about Pabst because my aunt had a tavern in Chicago, so I knew all about the beers. And march. And last time for piano, and we're almost ready to get our weights. But I really didn't realize that Kraft started in Chicago. Okay, let's stop. My hot water heater's gonna come on. I suspect Mr. Taylor used the hot water. He's up there. Okay, let's get our weights. And if he didn't, who knows why it came on. Alrighty, let's go ahead and sit down. So this Sunday on Foods That Made America, they're going to discuss Coke. The drink, Coca-Cola. Anyway, up and down. Let's breathe. My husband always says, do you ever think about what you're going to say before you open your mouth? Coca-Cola. You remember when they changed the recipe and it didn't taste as good? Well, I never liked Coke anyway. I always thought it was too sweet. I would get into arguments with people about Pepsi versus Coke. So it really didn't make any difference to me when they changed the recipe. But I think if I was a Coke-liking person, I would have liked the older stuff. Like I said, my aunt owned a tavern. We would go there and we would have Coke and Hershey's chocolate bars. You feeling this yet? Oh my goodness, I am. Let's stop. Oh! And if you're wise to me, you know I just keep chatting and chatting and chatting so that we forget what we're doing. Alrighty. Feet in front of the knees. Let's take the arms back a little bit. Did you tuck in your tummy area? Good job. You're just going to bring the forearms forward and squeeze. Oh, excuse me. Tighten the upper arms. Relax the trapezius muscle group in your neck, please. Okay, let's rest. Okay, let's do a hammer curl. Tighten the upper arm and release. While you're at it, tighten up your abdominals, please. And rest. Do you ever watch Triple D? Diners, drive-ins, and dives? I think that's what it is. One of the last ones I saw was probably a repeat. They did a segment at a place that used a lot of tortillas. Oh, I mean, not your normal tortillas. They had different types of tortillas. I love things in tortillas. Lean forward. Keep your abs tight. Bring your arms back. And tighten the upper arm and release it. I love my scrambled eggs and onions and cilantro and hot sauce and corn tortillas. Oh, white corn is good. Even though I'm not chatting, keep going. Oh, mama. Ah. Tighten and release. Okie doke, let's stop. Oh. Now, this is rhetorical. How many of us were tightening our hands on our weights instead of tightening our upper muscle groups in the arms? Oh, you guys are afraid to raise your hands, huh? Well, I'll be honest, every once in a while I find myself gripping when I shouldn't be. You know, as we age, is it really a simple thing for us to pay attention to like 5 different things at one time? And we're doing it. So if we forget 1 out of 5, you have found that fleshy part in your leg. You started out with your arm down and you lift. And when you lift, you tighten up the upper arm right in here. Good job. I am also just giving a little nudge to the abdominals. Oh, yes. So think about what we're doing. We're doing this right here. We're tightening the upper arm. We're tightening the abdominals. We're keeping our head above the heart. We're breathing and smiling. And just getting disgusted with me because I keep going, right? Ah! Okay, bring it down. Oh! Hey, if you're keeping up with me or doing better than me, I applaud you. Good job. All right, now we've got to do the other side. And remember, a few weeks ago I mentioned that if you feel this in your neck area, first off, you have to relax your neck. But just bring your arm up closer to the shoulder, and it doesn't pull on all those muscle groups. We're gonna do 2 more. Bring it down. Oh my goodness. Did that feel good or what? I need the massage. It's still 63 on the floor. Woohoo! Oh, you know what? Next Tuesday's supposed to be like 60 degrees. Maybe I should do this outdoors. I'll be used to the temperature. Let's get a drink. Little lips. I actually don't know why I have to keep putting lipstick on. I mean, something gets dry up there, but do you see lips on this face? There are no lips there. Just a few pieces of skin that go like this when I talk. But those 2 pieces of skin sure get dry when I talk. Okay. Okay, let's do a bicep curl. I see a lot of times. Well, thank you. Water heater's off. I see a lot of times people just do the bicep curl like this. But I prefer to do it this way. Oh no, somebody made a comment. It looks like a long one. Maybe I should go check it. How about you keep doing this for a few seconds? I'll be right back. Okay, so Sherry, nice to have you join us. Don't you just hate it when you start? Well, it happened here this morning. We're gonna lean, oh no, we're not gonna lean forward, we're gonna bring them up. When I start my tablet for the classes, okay, so you're up like that, abs are tight, you're gonna come up and down. There are some days it takes forever just to get the Facebook page to do what I want it to do. You know what, Cher? How about a new computer? Or, hey, I tell you what, the fellas that work at Geek Genius, they're called something else now over by LA's Cafe. They can change out something inside your computer to make it faster. Have we had enough of this? I don't hear anything. Okay, bring it up. And bring it down. So my husband was the first one to have a faster thing. It's just like a disc. They take that one out and they put a new one in, and it speeds up everything. Do you remember in the 80s what the computers were like? That was scary. Okay, we're going to do seated like this. But I'm glad you made it. So your abdominals are tight. Your hand and arm are across here, but remember, no slouching like this. We want to keep our body nice and tall. We're going to bring. So to me, this is almost like a tricep exercise, but I also feel it in the bicep. So normally what you do when you're doing your exercises, you do maybe bicep and then a tricep. But some of them are multifunctional. Like right now, if you're thinking about it, think about what's happening in your back. You know, those flat scapula bones that are in there. There's muscles on the outside, and then that's under your skin. Let's do two more. All of those are getting exercised. And stop. And every time you raised your arm back there, the pecs got pulled into the whole mess. So some of these exercises are very functional and very, let's see, efficient. Abs are tight, and then bring it up behind you. I'm trying to decide. I know that people watch my videos on Monday and Friday when I do them. This Monday was busy, so I didn't do anything. But I did mashup recently, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do a mashup on Friday. And with the mashup, see, you can do some of your weights on the floor. Have we had enough? Alrighty, rest. Oh my goodness. How about a massage? Every once in a while I think, I wonder how many people think we're listening to the same CD. Trust me, we're not. They all sound the same. And they all have a lag time because of my MP3 player. Okay, I think we're ready to stand up. So people that have been sitting, make sure that while you're doing this, you want to sit on the edge of your seat. And if we're doing leg work while we're standing, you can still do that, okay? Whether it's like this, you know. And if you haven't been with us, there's a whole slew of our videos on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel. You can always go back and look at them and learn what we're doing, because I can't do everything every class, but I want you to feel like you're involved in it. So if you have to stay in your chair, that's fine. I'm going to move mine out of the way. I'm going to have to set these down. I didn't want to drop my weight on my feet. Let me clarify that. I didn't want to drop one of those weights on one of my feet. My weight it's here all the time. My poor feet. All right. Let's just kind of move with the music. Yep, loosen all that up. So every once in a while in this music, I hear music that's in other people's music. And sometimes that's because the artists that are doing this music for the industry, sometimes they work with other people. And you're going to hear their music in some of the songs that are on the CDs. Alrighty, I think I've loosened up a little bit. How about a hula? Let's loosen up some more. And then reverse. I'm sorry, people on the chairs, you can't do this. Unless you want to stand up on your chair. Okay. Let's start out with a step touch. Nice and slow. And a hammer curl. We're going to travel. That way what we're doing fits with the music. If we were only doing a step touch, it wouldn't work. Okay, what are we tightening? Yes, the upper arm in the front. What are we not tightening? Good, the fingers around the weights. Okay, rest. Oh, and I forgot to bring up. Sherry said she was warming up while her computer was warming up. That's if I read that right. I'll have to check the laptop upstairs when I get back up there. So if I say things that don't make any sense because I read that stuff wrong, that's why. Okay, legs together. We're going to go into a side step. And if you can I think I can do it with these. Let's do a side step with an external rotation. I can't do the lateral, no. And I'm traveling. It surprises me that I'm doing this, but it fit, so we're doing it. Remember to keep your wrists straight. You're breathing, you're smiling, your abs are tight, and rest. I sure hope you folks enjoy breathing as much as I do. The things that are fun in life, right? Okay, we're going to bring it up. And we're going to do a tricep exercise. Remember, your abdominals are tight. Your back isn't arched too much. So if I'm not mistaken, some of this music sounds like something from Taylor Swift. They have a few lines in the songs that sound like what we're hearing in our music. And bring it up, and then bring it down. Okay. Those of us that are standing are going to stagger our legs, right leg in the front. The people that are sitting, both of your feet are going to go in front of your knees, and you're going to lean forward. Abs are tight, and you're doing this on an angle. Remember, the muscle groups in the neck are relaxed. When you lift, you tighten up the arm and release. And rest. Okay, that worked the back of the arm. We're going to work the front of the arm again. We're going to stagger, left leg in the front. Seated people, your feet are still in front of your knees. You're going to do a bicep curl. We're going to do a bicep curl with a little rock and roll. Remember, keep your elbows locked in. Tighten up the upper arm and release. I think I hear someone breathing. Woo! And rest. I'm going to get a drink. I think you should too. Let's do the lateral. I'm going to get my smaller weights for that. Only because I would feel lopsided if I didn't do the lateral. Okay, we're going to bring it up and down. How about two more? Let's try. And rest. You know how I feel about people that can do more of those and say, well, I can do 4 more. It's the same way I feel about women that don't throw up when they're pregnant. So if you know that, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Or people that don't feel pain. Oh, that can be a badness in itself. Okay, while we're standing, let's go ahead and do another external. Even though I did it with the 4 pounds, I think this one I've got more range of motion with the 2 pounders. Rest. And I'm going to try the lateral once more. If you know me, you know that that's kind of hard for me to do, but I'm doing it because I want to challenge myself. Some people call that insanity. Okay, let's go. 1 going down. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, folks, the people that are seated are going to have their hands on their laps, and they're going to have their arms behind them like this. Standing people, you're going to stagger left leg front you're going to lean forward. All of us are leaning forward, but we have to have our abdominals really tight. And then you're going to lift the arm like this. Remember to relax your neck. And rest. So if you've been to the chair stretch, and we do the exercise where we hold here and then we lengthen back like that. When I got a massage the other day, the therapist held me down like this and took my head over there like that, and I knew exactly what she was doing because we've done it in class. She was lengthening that muscle group. It's a long name. I never call it what it's supposed to be. But anyway, then she held this and had me go that way, and I'm like, oh, that feels so good. Okay, other side, up and down. Check your abs, and one more, and bring it down. Good job. Okay, I think we're going to do at least one set of kettlebell. I've just been chatting and making sure that we're working, opposite muscle groups, every other one and stuff like that, but we haven't been very consistent in what we've been doing. So let's throw in some kettlebell. Okay, first off, we're going to march. We're going to pass it around. Seated people, you definitely have to be on the edge of your seat for this one. And if you have fingernails, which currently I do, you want to make sure that you don't break your fingernails. And reverse. Okay, let's stop. Oh, this is a workout in itself. Oh. All right, so we're going to go halfway up and down. Seated people, you have to separate. Get your knees and your ankles and your feet out there as far as you can. Don't fall off the chair though, okay? That would be really bad. Don't do that. Okay, for the rest of us, we're in kind of a semi-squat position. You are in a semi-squat position, right? You're going to go under and up halfway. Now for those of us that are over 60, when we're doing this, basically we're thinking of range of motion flexibility. So we're not thinking of things that are really going to motivate us to throw our bodies all over the place. So get that kind of thinking out of your brain and rest, because that's not what we're doing. We are doing what we need to do, okay? Not what a 20-year-old needs to do. And that's all for up here anyway. So, all right, we're going to use the right arm first. Now, seated people, you have your hand like this and your arm. It helps to lift your back up. Standing people, whatever you can do to keep your back from getting thrown out, that's what you're going to do. You're going to go down like this and up. And you have to squat. And if you want to throw a hamstring curl in, that's when you do it. I'm getting a smaller weight. Oops, jeez. Should never turn your back on people when you're doing video. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's stop on this side. This is why I don't want videos. Never wanted to make a video because you have to do like 1,000 takes just to get an hour. I can have empathy for all those people I watched when I was coming up in the industry. I started out with Margaret Richards. This was before I was in the fitness industry. I used to like to watch Margaret on Body Electric. I have a few of her DVDs, excuse me, VHS tapes, and stuff. Denise Austin is somebody good. You know, their bedside manner is really nice. Okay, we are going to go all the way up and down now. And we are almost through. Okay, so we're going to go under and up. But I remember both of them, Margaret and Denise. They knew how to roll out of a situation. And you see a lot of them in the way I do things. Trust me, I can't do half the stuff Denise Austin can do, but. Okay, let's rest. I'm going to get my 2-pounder. This time we're going to go under and then just over to the side, okay? So seated, standing, you can go under and out. If you want to add your hamstring curl, just make sure you're getting a squat in, okay? Let's do 2 more. And rest. I seriously think I hear people breathing. Thank you. Okay, let's do the other side. Two more. And 1. And rest. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good. My heart rate's up, my breathing is increased, yes. Good job, everyone. Let's get a drink, and then we'll cool down. Oh, and stretch. Oh. You will need your chair. I am still breathing. What about you? I mean, like, almost heavy breathing. Are we ready to stretch? Oh. All right, let's take the left arm out. We're going to keep it straight. and bring it across and push into it. You should still be breathing. Okay, rest, relax, and then take that arm back and bring it down. Bring it across and find the discomfort. Push into it. For some reason, my light is just like right in my face. And then rest and relax. Take it back where it came from and bring it down. Okay, now if you don't want to do the traditional stretches, that's fine. If you've been with me, you know one arm goes back here and then the other arm goes over here. But we're going to do the traditional because I think we need to. I feel like we've worked our arms a lot. So we're going to do tricep first. Let's bring it up. Take the hand to the back. Pat yourself on the back. Take this hand, grab that elbow, and then pull. Not real bad pull, but pull. And with this, you should feel the stretching in the back of the arm. Okay, we're going to relax, and then, let everything go, and don't let it fly too fast. Let it go back where it came from. It's like mine couldn't go any faster than they did. Okay, the other side, and then, okay, dog. So one arm feels like it's been in a few accidents and put back together, and the other one feels like it is. It was. Knows it was. Still 63 on the floor. Woohoo! Okay, you're going to relax, and then very gracefully, you're going to take it back where it came from. And why do we do that slowly? Yes, because I want you to feel it. Trust me, I didn't hurt myself. I'm fine. Okay, other side. We're going to do the bicep now. So it's, keep it just 90-degree angle and then tug. And you should feel this in the front of your arm. Isn't that cool? Isn't that? That's my made up. Isn't that cool? So I was thinking about how things have changed during the pandemic, and I got to thinking last night. I saw a commercial about Irish brew, probably beer, and having to do with St. Patrick's Day coming up, which, remember, moderation, folks. A lot has happened, but also my identity. And relax, and then go back where it came from. If you've been with me long enough, you know that I originally was Italian, French and Irish. Not going to linger too long on this, but bring it up. That way. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, my genealogy on Ancestry.com has changed. They've modified it a few times. So now I'm Scottish and then Southern Italian. My family was from Calabria. So I know I'm Italian, but the other side of the family is becoming more dominant. And I feel like I've lost my identity. So if you don't want to lose yourself to science, don't go on Ancestry.com. Oh, obviously that is just in humor, folks. Okay, release it, rest. Oh my goodness, good. Oh. Smile. All is good. Little massage. Okay, we're gonna do a full body stretch now. We're gonna stand up. You're gonna keep your chair facing me. I'm gonna go to the side. We're gonna do thoracic stretch. Okay, today we're gonna keep our feet together. You're gonna go back. Make sure your heels are on the floor. Push your tush and lengthen your arms. Okay, let's tighten our abdomens as if a hook came out of the ceiling and grabbed our belly button. Really nice and tight. Continue to breathe. We are almost through. Okay, now release, relax. Lift up your head first, and then when your body's ready, it will follow. Okay, so we did all of this. Now we're just going to do this part, and then we're through. Isn't this fun? Probably thinking, man, I'm counting down the minutes until it's done. Okie doke. Separate. Now you want just enough of your tush on the chair so you don't fall off, right? Your abdominals are going to stay tight. You're going to straighten. Your neck is going to be lined up with your back. Don't bend at the neck unless I tell you to, which when I say relax, that's when you relax. Okay? Let's go forward, and I want you to feel this in the hip area, the groin area, the lower back. Oh my goodness, does that feel good? Ah. Remember to keep your head lined up with your back. Okay, relax. Lift your head, set your hands on your legs, come up slowly. Go ahead and sit into your chair. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, so just remember that when we're doing the class and we want to have our hip joints work efficiently and get the most out of them, you want to sit on the edge of your seat. Other times, so that you don't put a crimp and all of that stuff back there in the cheeks, you want to make sure that you're seated appropriately. And you want to make sure that your feet are touching the ground and have a footstool under your feet, okay? So you don't want to be hanging like this because that's not good for you, okay? Just an FYI. You want to make sure that your feet are on something so that your knees are at a 90-degree angle, okay? Let's just relax. Okay, thanks for joining me. I did look at my calendar. Tomorrow, if you're going to be with us for the arthritis exercise class, we are doing child's play balls. So you want to have that size over there, okay? Child's play ball. And that'll be so much more fun than throwing weights around. I just love the child's play ball. Okay, so remember, you want to be safe and stay safe. You also want to be healthy and stay healthy. Okay, it's been hard for people to do both of those things during this pandemic, but please try your best. Okay, put some effort forth, challenge yourself, make sure that you're doing the best that you can do. And give yourself a pat on the back if you have to.